There are scary things out there, and sometimes trail cameras or CCTV footage can catch things such as creepy figures on a trail camera near an abandoned house, a ghostly apparition in traffic, something resembling a ghoul in a forest, or just some strange creature attacking the camera. Let's take a look at some of the following videos and pictures to see if we can decode them. We can see some sort of strange looking person on the footage from a trail cam. The figure itself makes my skin crawl. I'm hoping it's just a Halloween costume, but if not, it appears that some madman has escaped from a mental institution or something. But this doesn't explain the strange appearance to begin with. I'm not sure I would have been brave enough to stand watching this figure, who is clearly looking up at me. With some digging around, I found out that the owner has these images from a trail camera at their abandoned grandparents' house, both of them being dead. The camera is supposed to take a few photos every time the motion sensor detects movement, and he was surprised, if not scared to the bone, to see this figure in front of their family's abandoned house. If the music in this video wasn't enough to give you the chills, the shadow nonchalantly strolling across the street definitely should. The shadow very clearly walks from one side of the street to the other, unaware of the oncoming traffic. In fact, the shadow, not sure if we should instead call it a ghost, seems to be ignoring the cars driving down the road, as it walks straight through them. There is the possibility that the CCTV footage has been spliced and intertwined, but irrespective, the shadow is definitely not fully human. What do you think this is? The video we are looking at is a CCTV footage from a store. Even from the start, things seem to look strange. The footage of the supermarket was quiet and still, until it wasn't. That's about when I developed the knot in my stomach. Suddenly, fruits went dropping off the shelves, basket trolleys rolled, and doors started shaking violently. It was almost as if the entity was a child, playing and rolling the oranges around innocently. Whatever it was didn't seem too aggressive. In fact, it seemed rather playful, like it was happy to have the run of the place. The shadow at the end, however, was a little too sinister for comfort. I always find CCTV footage like this intriguing. It does not appear to be tampered with in any way. The pixels are clear. I definitely can't find any rational interpretation for the events. This video transported me back to the forests of the Blair Witch Project. All we can see at the beginning is the hunter's shoes crunching leaves beneath them. It's clear that the hunter was drawn or lured by the sound of a wounded animal. There also seemed to be the echo of a predator attacking the animal, and I'm not sure why the hunter would want to interfere with a predator in this case. The hunter uses his flashlight to search the woods, and in the darkness, we are met with a white anomaly. Humanoid in shape, it did feel like we were looking at something resembling the legendary rake creature. Creepy white figure, slender body, and long limbs. The rake, or whatever else it was enough for the hunter to retreat and run away, being able to reach the house in time. This picture looks like something out of a Hades tribute. The cool lava that has dripped and twisted into the rocky opening has created the look of naked bodies being dragged into hell. The red hole that awaits them in the middle definitely has hell vibes. I would imagine this to look like the entrance of the underworld. In fact, I'm sure I've seen biblical images similar to this. It's only when you focus on the configuration that you do realize they are not bodies. But before that, it's easy to spot a face, an arm, or a twisted head. This first video is interesting given the dark woods and eerie silence. The creature, if it is indeed something, does seem to resemble the image we all have of Bigfoot. Big, hairy and ape-like. However, the video has been edited. The camera is positioned down to look up, making things appear bigger, and the fact that the recording is also slowed down gives the figure's steps a lot more weight, seeming bigger and heavier than it actually is. So I'm not sure if this is truly Bigfoot or just a person who tried really hard to create a video of a Bigfoot. But here's another one that perplexes me. So often when Bigfoot is sighted, he appears to be in broad daylight and out in the open. Bigfoot is supposed to be hidden, but here he is waltzing around on top of a mountain. While I warrant that the being spotted by one of the lakes in Mission, British Columbia is large, it is conceivable that it could be a large man. I can understand how the hikers thought that they had caught something, but I am not sure they found Bigfoot. What do you think? Do you disagree with my thoughts? What in the world, or perhaps out of it? The video took a while to get to the point, but once the creature crawled across our screen, I was officially concerned. Clearly the beings are from another plane. I see beings as there appears to be two. They appear human, but don't move or walk as such. One taller and possibly male seems to be leading the way. The trail of whispery fog behind them adds another level of eeriness to this already perturbing sight. There is the possibility that there is some sort of glitch or double exposure, but the rest of the video and the surrounding foliage doesn't seem to have been affected, so I'm not sure what we are looking at. As if we needed another reason to adore dogs, and I'm going to say it, Dynamite was definitely in this small package. I have heard of these Yorkies being quite feisty, but added to this is Macy's devotion to her human. The coyote appears out of nowhere and Lily does the sensible thing and runs. Macy apparently wasn't having it. Perhaps she heard the fear in Lily's voice, but she pulls away from her owner and attacks the coyote right back. The poor little pup did not escape unscathed, however, but considering her size and the size of the coyote, I would say she won the fight. One deer challenges another in the middle of the night in a battle for territory. A hunting camera captures the encounter at its peak as two wild animals rise like bears. The night vision makes the right deer's eye appear possessed. Neither seems to be backing down. These seemingly peaceful creatures, think Bambi and her mom, show us a very different side in this image. We can't forget just how large these animals are and how strong they can be. This image is disturbing as it is difficult to determine if this creature is real or possibly staged for the camera. One could argue that based on its size and form, it is plausible to be a creature lurking within the forest. The blurred image could also suggest that the creature is merely an actor in a costume. No matter what the truth is, it is undoubtable that this is a terrifying sight from a trail camera. I'm not entirely sure whether the figure in front of this trailer is Bigfoot or a bear. The silhouette of the large creature is alarming nonetheless. It stands almost as high as the caravan itself. It is clearly hairy, and given its body, I am inclined to think it is a bear on its 2 feet. But what is sure, I would hate to open the curtain and see whatever this is in the darkness. This poor guy or girl seems to have been the victim of a bear trap or another similar encounter and only has 3 legs. Wild animals are indeed resilient. Who knows how long this animal has been in such a condition? The ease of which it navigates the Hampshire forest terrain suggests a familiarity with his loss of limb. It is easy for us to feel sorry for this beast, but the power and strength it still maintains would still have us at a significant disadvantage if we ever met it. Once again, the power of nature impresses. This footage from Midwest Whitetail YouTube shows 2 giant Iowa bucks lock horns in battle of dominance. The sound of their clashing antlers echoes loudly over the sound of the flowing river. You can just make out the determination in their eyes. their focus is not even wavered by the presence of the bystanders. And such encounters are happening more often than you might think. Look at this trail cam footage showing exactly such battles. The bucks do such things to battle over a territory they think it is best for finding females and mating, and sometimes it can be a battle to the death. Thanks for watching.